this video we're going to learn how to make the Tulip Beanie. What you're going to need are your printed instructions from the link below this video. You're going to need a size I, a US 9 or a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook for an adult beanie, and that'll be like a medium. You're going to need a large-eyed tapestry needle and a pair of scissors. You're going to need about 3 ounces of your main color yarn. In this case it's off-white. You're going to need a few ounces of your leaf color, which in this case is a hunter green, and you're going to need a few ounces of your flower color, and I'm using a cherry red. This may be Christmas red. I don't have the label for this one anymore. Let's start with a brim, and then we're going to turn it around, and then we're going to work our fancy decorative stitches which make the tulips. The instructions say chain 76, and I've already done that. You start with your slip knot and you make your chain, and then you can pause it here and make your chain. Twist the chain, slip stitch in the first chain to form a ring. So the way I do it, so that I do not twist it, it's better if you can lay it flat on the table. And when you lay it on the table and you can lay it into a ring, make sure all the V side of your stitches up all the way around the ring, and that way you know it's not going to be twisted. And then I'm going to slip stitch in the slip knot and that little twist. Now if you tighten your slip knot, you just slip stitch into that first chain. Okay, then we're going to, for round 1, we're going to chain 2 and double crochet in each chain around, and we should end up with 76 double crochet. So that stitch you slip stitch in is your first chain, and so your double crochet, your chain 2 counts as a double crochet, and then we're going to double crochet in each round. You may just want to go under one loop, because when we work the other side we're going to work into this foundation chain, and you want to have a big enough hole to be able to insert your hook when we work in the other side. So to do the double crochet, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. I zoom in. You yarn over your hook, you insert your hook into the loop, you draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, draw through 2, and you work this stitch all the way around the hat. You should have, I've worked my double crochet all the way around, and I'm ready to finish round 1 with a slip stitch. And some patterns tell you to slip stitch into the chain, but I'm slip stitching into the double crochet, which should be right there. You take the hook out and show you again. See, this is your chain 1, chain 2. Count your stitches around. You should have 76. See, this looks like it should be a chain stitch, but that is not. That's the slip stitch. So but then you go, that's chain 1, that's chain 2, this is your first double crochet, that's the loop that you work your slip stitch into. So insert your hook there, draw up a loop, and draw the first loop through the second loop for your slip stitch. Okay, now we're going to do round 2, and this is the beginning of our ribbing. This is also the spot, if you want to see how it's going to fit, you can try this loop on your head. It should fit comfortably around your head, or around the head of whoever's going to wear it. And the ribbing will snug it up just a little bit more, so if it's just a little loose, it'll be okay. So let's go ahead and start with, let's do round 2 now. We're going to chain 2. This chain 2 is going to count as a back post double crochet. So now we're going to front post double crochet around the next double crochet. A front post double crochet is you yarn over and you insert the hook to the right side of the stitch and bring it out on the left side of the stitch. And if you're left-handed, you go the other way. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and then draw through two, draw through two. That's a front post because the post is on the front of your work. Now we're going to back post double crochet around the next one. So that's a yarn over. You come in, you want to make sure that yarn over stays on your hook, so you put your finger on it. You come in behind your work, poke your hook out on the right side, and stick it back through the left side of your stitch. Catch your yarn, and then you draw up a loop. My yarn is splitting, but I just go ahead and fix that. And then you yarn over, draw through two, and draw through two. And that's a back post double crochet. Then we're going to front post double crochet in the next one. Again, you go in the right side and out the left, going around the stitch. Draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through two, yarn over, draw through two. And then we're going to back post every other stitch, front post, back post, around the back and out, draw up a loop. This one here, you got to twist your hook downward a little bit so it don't catch to do the back post. So front post, back post, every double crochet around the hat, and when we get to the other side, I will meet you there. I've worked my way all the way around the brim, front post, back post, double crochet, and now we're at the end, and I'm going to work one last stitch, and the last stitch is a front post double crochet. Like so. And then I'm going to slip stitch into the first front post double crochet. And I do that because it'll make the chain two sit behind just a little bit, just like the back posts. All right, now we're going to do rounds 3 to 6. We're going to chain two, front post double crochet around the front post double crochets, and back post double crochet around the back post double crochet, and do that all the way around, slip stitching into the first front post double crochet, and do this for rounds 3 through 6. At the end of round 6, I will resume the video. All right, I've done my 6 rounds of post stitch ribbing. I'm going to work my last post stitch in the last double crochet of round 6 and slip stitch into the first double crochet. Okay, now it says in the instructions to break off the yarn and turn piece over with foundation chain on top. I have a trick that we can do without breaking off the yarn.